everyone, it's Henrietta and Heather, and welcome to a Millennial podcast where we dive deep into the life of our 30s.
We'll discuss our struggles, dreams, relationships, icks, and anything millennials can relate to. Sit back, relax, and let's head on this journey together. We are 30s Unfiltered. Hey there, 90s kids. Welcome to Back to Basics, the decade that gave us grunge, Tamagotchis, and the best Saturday morning cartoons. We're hopping in our time machines and rewinding the clock to relive the moments that made the 90s the raddest decade ever. Today, we're going to the neon tinted, butterfly clip wearing, Walkman listening world of the 90s.
Woohoo! The best decade. 90s kids, 90s kids. I'm proud to call myself a 90s kid.
Is Mbop? Now we're gonna start singing on this podcast.
I know. Oh my god. All the 90s songs I could play.
I know.
If we were allowed to. I don't know.
I don't know if it's different in Norway, but I want to know what TV shows you grew up with.
You know, I watched the same shows that you guys watched. Friends, Full House, Step by Step, Boy Meets World, literally all of them. I was obsessed. But mainly, I think Full House and Step by Step were the ones that I watched the most. And I still watch them to this day. How can you not?
God.
I love being I'm super nostalgic always. It's just my life.
Seriously, I don't think the shows nowadays are hitting, really. I don't know, but really
Some,
just
but
going
not in this. It's not the same genre. They don't make
No.
it like that anymore. They're
No,
so good. Like you can't deny that Stranger Things is a fucking epic show.
I've never
Different
seen
genre.
it.
Heather, no.
Are you
There's so
surprised?
much work
Are
to
you
do.
surprised at this point? I know.
We need
Okay.
to get you on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
used to watch Saved by the Bell. Did you say that? Fresh Prince.
No, Fresh Prince, yes. Saved by the Bell, I knew about, but I never watched it. But I watched Girlfriends.
I've never
Do you
seen
remember that
that.
show
I've
with
never
Tracy
seen
Ellis Ross? Oh,
Mm-mm.
love that show. I think it was on BET.
No, I never seen it. But I did watch
Mhm.
I used to watch a lot of cartoons like Rugrats, Hey
Oh my
Arnold,
God, yes.
Power Rangers, Sailor
Oh my
Moon.
God.
Um,
Powerpuff Girls that was one of my favorites.
yes. Oh my God. Did you watch Recess?
Yes.
Recess, Pokemon, Johnny Bravo. Do you remember him?
Oh my God, yes. All the Cartoon Network shows.
Yeah. And then that's when
So good.
SpongeBob, he's still a hit. Um,
Phineas and Ferb. No, maybe that was later.
that
Was
was
that the
later.
90s?
That was
Was it? Okay, yeah.
2000s. Okay. What about Dexter's Laboratory?
Yes.
You
Oh
remember
my God, I
him?
forgot about that. Yes.
Mhm.
But can you even get that there? Or would you have to go on a YouTube search?
I have no idea. I haven't tried to look.
Ask your son. Maybe he knows.
Right. I don't not know. He doesn't watch this. He
Uh,
watches anime and stuff, so I'm not really into
makes
anime.
sense. Same.
But
I guess technically Pokemon is anime.
no.
It yeah,
Is
it's in
it?
that genre. Yeah, it is. I'm
Oh
pretty
my
sure.
God.
We'd have to fast fact check it, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Haley would know. She's an anime fan.
Is she? Is she?
Yeah. Yeah, her and Eric, they love anime.
Oh my God. I would have never
They're
guessed.
they're 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 little cutie nerds. They also play Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that.
Shut up.
They're gonna love it, I'm telling you.
What?
Little cutie nerds.
Oh my
Oh
God. Okay.
guys.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. Did
D&D.
you
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna have a D&D night. I'm like, okay.
what about Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Have you seen that?
Yes.
Do you remember Boy
But I
Meets
mean,
World?
I used to love Boy Meets World.
Mr. Feeney?
Mm-hmm.
All these shows were just on TV because you couldn't have
Mm-hmm.
anything on demand.
True.
At least for me.
We just
I
had
also
cable. That's it. We couldn't
right,
rewind. If we weren't there to watch the next episode of something, you couldn't watch it.
exactly. And
You missed
Yeah, I
it.
remember I used to love like The Nanny. The Nanny was on
Oh
all
my
the
God,
time.
yes, The Nanny.
Yeah, Fran
That was a
Drescher.
really such a good show.
I
Such a good show.
know. I watched it a couple weeks ago too. And it's
Mm.
still as good. But
Just like Friends. I have seen Friends probably like 10 times. And
10
also, my
times.
favorite show,
You
which
mean
is
10
not in the
times? Like
90s.
you watched
No,
all
like
of the
all the way
seasons?
through.
Yeah, 10 times.
I mean, because it's always on TV, and I will watch the same episode if I've seen it
Mm-hmm.
5, 6 times. I will still watch it over anything else if it's already on TV.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know
my
me.
God,
I'm a creature of habit. I watch
I
the same
know.
thing over and over.
What's your favorite TV show theme song? I love the Nanny one. Till she became the nanny.
Oh, that's a good one. I think Full House. Whatever happened to predictability?
Oh my God, that's a great one.
Paperboy, even in TV. Also, I remember Step by Step. Now
Day
I don't
by
remember.
day.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
No,
that brings me
I
back
can't
to
remember right now.
who's Steve Urkel? Is that the show, Steve Urkel?
Yeah, he was in Step
Family
by Step.
Matters. Family
Wait,
Matters.
wait, didn't he? Oh, I never saw that. But didn't he have a guest, like a cameo on either Full House or Step by Step?
I think
I think
so.
he
I think
did, right? He was in
on one
Stephanie's
of them.
class, maybe on Full House.
Something. I'm pretty sure
We'll
they
have
did.
to figure that
I'm
out.
pretty sure they did. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Oh,
But
Mary-Kate and Ashley were my favorites for all of the 90s, all of
I
2000s
know. They were idols. They
until,
were idols.
oh, I had posters of them on my wall.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mary-Kate and Ashley, Emma Watson, and Daniel Radcliffe were all over my walls.
Harry
I should
Potter.
say Harry Potter,
Harry Potter. Of
which is
course you
also
did.
part of the 90s. Yeah.
Who
Was
else did you have on your wall?
That's it. I just had many of the same people.
Hmm.
Every time I saw a magazine that had either Emma Watson, the Olsen twins, or Daniel Radcliffe on, I would buy them and cut them out and make like collages. I had a diagonal ceiling,
Hmm.
and I would just put them on there, and it was big and it fit a lot.
No, I could totally relate. In my room, I don't know. I don't know what kind of magazines you guys had back then, but I had like 17 magazine, I Pop Star magazine, and whatever they would have like posters on there, and whatever they
Mhm.
had, I would take them out and then put them on my wall.
We could buy Elle Girl, Teen Vogue, and I think there was one more that they imported here because all the magazines, like when I was older in my teens and I was into fashion, I wanted to be like work in fashion. I bought all of them, Harper's Bazaar, Elle, like Vogue, all of them almost every single month.
That was our
Yeah.
social media back then. So, what were your favorite movies as a child?
I mean, honestly, there's still my some of my favorite movies. The Parent Trap, the one with Lindsay Lohan. I know maybe it's controversial because I feel like people either love the original one or the Lindsay Lohan one. I my dad bought me this movie when it came out and I watched it every day for I don't know, months. I know it by heart. Every single line, every single melody, everything. If I hear the intro, I know it within a few seconds that it's that movie. And obviously the Harry Potter movies, and they came out, I mean, the first book came out in 97, I think, and the first movie came out in 2001, but it was still like Harry Potter was a big part of the 90s for me. Also, George of the Jungle, which also came out in 97. I still love this movie. I watched it the other day. Like, I'm super nostalgic, just a person. And so, yeah, those have always been my favorite. And then some Disney classics, obviously, like Tarzan, George of the Jungle and Tarzan are the same,
Right.
essentially.
Lion King,
Um,
and the Beast.
Mulan,
Hmm.
Mulan was my favorite. Yeah. What about you?
Same. I mean, I used to watch the same things like, all the Disney classics. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong with Aladdin,
Mm-mm.
Toy
Oh,
Story. Um,
yes.
I also loved like Space Jam. Do you remember
Oh my
Space
God.
Jam?
Yes, I do. I only
Mhm.
saw it maybe once or twice, but yeah, that was a really
Really?
good
I
one.
used to watch
Hmm.
that all the time, and then
But you have brothers, so maybe that's why
yeah,
you watch more. Like I'm an only child, so whatever I wanted to watch, nobody said, I don't want to watch it.
so
Yeah.
true. Yeah, so I got a lot of variety, I guess. We used to
Hmm.
watch Home Alone.
Oh,
Uh, I
that's a
don't know.
different category. Those are Christmas movies. I don't count them. That's a separate
Those are
category.
still
You
90s.
know me, but you know
I
me and my
know, I
Christmas
know.
movie music.
So some of my other favorite movies were Little Rascals, Matilda, Hocus
Oh, Matilda.
Pocus,
Oh, okay. There's some that I
Jumanji,
haven't. Yes.
Sandlot. Come on.
Which
These
one?
are some fucking epic movies. Jurassic
Yeah.
Park. Jurassic Park is like a classic. Titanic. Was Matrix 80s or 90s?
I think that was in early 90s.
Yeah, Matrix. What about Dumb and Dumber?
I don't like that movie.
Oh my God. It's so
It's a
funny.
that's a very typical American humor that nobody else understands.
Right.
That
And it's
one and
Jim Carrey.
Anchorman. Yeah, but he's only funny in The Grinch and in The Mask.
Oh my God. No way.
I I
I
I
love
think
Jim
so.
Carrey.
But yeah.
Have you seen Liar Liar?
Mm-mm.
Oh my
Pants on fire.
No.
Also, Step Brothers, those movies that I have seen because
Um,
some of my friends, American
mhm.
friends, love them. I don't get it. They're not funny.
I guess it is an American thing. So,
Yeah, to Europeans, it's not funny unless you
right.
have a very specific humor. And I've lived in America for a long time,
Mhm.
but I still don't get it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I guess not then. Well, let's move on to music. Who was your favorite? Who were your favorite artists? Your favorite bands? Give it to me.
It's funny. Again, still my favorites. Christina Aguilera.
Hmm.
I was a diehard fan. I was always on Team Christina. I also liked Britney a lot,
Hmm.
but because I love like voices so much, I personally think that Christina has a way better voice than Britney. And so I just love listening to her singing the songs
Hmm.
and obviously dancing along to Dirty and all those songs, like
Right.
obsessed. I actually saw Christina in theater at the Hollywood Bowl in 2021.
Oh, really? Oh, that
It
wasn't that
was
long ago.
so good. I know. It was one of the first concerts she had done for a while. I don't know how many years, but for a long time. And she did it with the LA Philharmonics
I
artists.
have to like disagree. Britney is queen. Um,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
See,
I
good
love
thing that we are on opposite teams sometimes.
Britney is the queen. I don't know, the persona they had her in, Pop Princess, she was very innocent and like I guess that's what I gravitated towards. And so she was like the
Mm.
good girl and she was just super
She
hot.
was. She
And
was.
she was like an idol to me.
My
Again,
parents let me watch everything. They let me listen to anything and everything, like rap music, like some of the raunchiest, like R&B and like rap
right.
songs from the 90s.
Well, we didn't even know what they
My,
meant.
especially me or us in
Right.
English, we didn't know. It's funny. I listened to Nasty Girl by, I forget, is it Biggie and or Busta? I forget who sings the song.
Like Diddy, I think.
Diddy, yeah.
Hmm.
And I knew all the words, but I sang it as an adult. And as I was singing, I was like, wait a minute, what? I know it's called
Yeah.
Nasty Girl, but
Hmm.
I was like, oh,
Why is she a nasty
okay,
girl? What does she do?
it's exactly. We can't disclose that here, okay? It's a reason that's
Exactly.
explicit
Oh my
content.
God.
But
Dude, oh
oh
my
my gosh,
God. Spice Girls.
Spice.
Living
Oh,
in the
I'm
world, spice up your life.
to to this day huge Spice Girls fan.
Mhm.
I remember I had the movies
Right.
t
I did
both
too.
both movies, and my aunt, she went to London and she bought me a set with like a crop top that had the picture of them and like a mini skirt that I wore all the time. And oh
I
gosh,
bet
Spice
they
Girls.
were crazy over there in Europe for them, huh? Crazy, I'm
Yes,
sure.
crazy. We used to collect, you know how people collect stamps and stuff like that? We used to
Hmm.
collect photographs of the members of Spice Girls. You could buy them like you would buy a pack of Pokemon cards,
Right. I remember,
and
yeah.
you would trade them. Did you do that too?
We were just as obsessed with them.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, like the baby photos, like we would have albums and then we would trade the photos. You're the first person that I've talked to about this in the States that did the same thing. Everyone's like, "No, I don't know about that. I never did
Oh,
that."
really? Yeah, I was
Yeah,
obsessed with them. Again, like
same.
I would go in through the magazines too and like get every single
Hmm.
new photo of them. It was a sick obsession now that I think about it. But we didn't have Instagram back then, so we didn't have it
No, we
on
had
demand.
time. We had time to have other hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just scroll and then boom, an hour is
Really,
gone. That's so
yeah.
funny.
Oh my
But what
God.
about boy bands?
98 Degrees. They were so
Oh.
sexy to me. Nick Lachey.
Right. We didn't really, I mean, I had one, like my favorite and the only 98 Degrees song that I can name is True to Your Heart,
Because
which
of
is from,
Mulan.
yeah.
Well, you didn't like him. I also loved him because he got married to Jessica Simpson.
Yep. I remember that
Mhm.
show,
Yeah.
whatever that show was called. I remember it.
Me,
Backstreet
yeah,
Boys,
Backstreet Boys and Sync.
NSYNC.
I
We
think
had a
that's
few
it.
more European boy bands that I don't know if they made it over to the States. Westlife,
Nope.
Blue,
Nope. Blue, is that
A1.
blue? If
No,
I were green, I would die. Isn't that a 90s song too?
I think so. But no, that's a
That's Blue
different, that's a
Man Group.
yeah, that's a techno song. A1, you know them?
Mm-mm. Oh my God, no. But like, what about Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston? Like, I am obsessed with them. I don't know if Whitney's like more of an 80s, but she's
She
90s,
is.
right?
Yeah. I think both. My parents are also huge music fans.
Oh
So
my
in my
God,
parents' house,
Cher?
yes, Cher. Yes.
Yes.
Shania Twain,
Mm-hmm.
J-Lo, like 90s
Yes.
J-Lo, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson,
Yes.
ABBA,
Mm-hmm.
obviously because I'm Scandinavian. The Beatles, but my and Queen, one of my parents' like favorite all-time favorite bands, and Michael
Yeah.
Jackson. My dad saw Michael Jackson in theater
Oh, he
ooh,
did? How
in
epic.
concert.
When?
Super rap. In the 90s, I think. I'll ask
Oh,
him
when he
because
was like
I
in
can't
his
remember.
prime.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
I know.
That's incredible. Wow. Yeah, my mom used to
Badass.
listen to all the music and I would just sit there and I would absorb it all. I didn't know that I absorbed it all because now as an adult, every time I listen to like oldies, which is
Mm-hmm.
not oldies, but it's just our era,
Technically, they are. Yeah.
I can sing and I know the lyrics to all of the songs.
Same.
I
Those
catch
were some
myself
good
gravitating
ones.
towards the old music too,
Mm-hmm. I have
because you just can't
different
beat it.
playlists for different
Hmm.
moods.
Oh yeah, I know you do. You're so organized.
I have to.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's
So
the
what did you
best.
besides like okay, so as kids we watched a lot of TV like whenever we could, whatever was on cable and the movies that came out,
Hmm.
which was not a lot as they have
Hmm.
now on demand. But what else did you do as a kid? I know like there were so many like toys were the thing back then. Like
Oh my God, all the
what was your
toys.
favorite? I mean, I guess you won't really have a favorite, but what do you remember you played with?
I feel like I had it all. I mean, I loved Barbie. I had so many
Hmm.
different Barbies. Um, did you guys ever have Baby Born, the doll?
I think we did, but I never got one. I
Oh,
didn't like
I had
babies. They were creepy.
I had a baby born doll, but I wasn't as, big into it as my best friends were. I didn't like just I want to play with Barbie and like I want to pretend they have fabulous lives. I was very into Pokemon cards, I remember at one point, but it wasn't
Oh
as
my God,
fun
me
to
too.
play with, but like buying it, that was
Right.
cool.
You didn't have
I
brothers,
also
that's why.
Right, but my
Yeah.
best friend had a brother, so I feel like we kind of got
You
thrown
don't
into that
know.
world sometimes
There
too.
was actually a game you would play like with the cards. Like you
I
would play the
remember.
game and you would sit there and actually play cards. I don't remember how it was, but you would sit
Me
there and
neither.
then like defeat people's Pokemon. I know because I played.
Yeah.
I have two
That was
brothers.
I did that at school. We always did that at school. But like
Hmm.
at home, we didn't do that. We played I had a Furby that I wanted to murder because
Oh
it was
my
so
God,
annoying. It never shut up.
Kirby.
And mine was white and like lavender. What did
Mine was
yours look like?
purple.
Well, maybe mine was
Like looking
purple,
like
purple lavender,
Barney.
yeah.
Oh my God, you remember
You,
Barney?
I know it, but it didn't air here. But I
Oh,
know it.
I think of Barney and I think of love and just
Oh,
like
me
life
too.
lessons and
Mm-hmm.
friends. Anyways,
Oh.
um,
What
okay,
other
what
kind of
else?
Tamagotchis?
Tamagotchis. Oh my God. Yes.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
obsessed with Tamagotchis. I had like
Did you have
three.
multiple? Okay, you
Yeah.
did. Wow, I only had
Yeah.
one. I'm like, this is too much. I already had Furby that was so high maintenance, and now it's gonna have Tamagotchi. I put my Furby in my closet, and it still would be like, meow, meow, meow. I'm like, so
Oh my
annoying.
God. They're like low key scary.
I also had Polly Pocket, but I think that was maybe like late 90s, early 2000s, because my dad would always, if he, like when he went to travel with work,
Mhm.
he would always buy one when he was at the airport. And I had so many, and I loved it. Did you ever have Polly Pocket?
I had trolls. Do you remember those
Aw,
trolls?
yes.
I don't
My Little
remember.
Pony. Oh my God, My Little Pony. Did you have them?
My Little Pony? No. Mm-mm. I
Oh,
never was in, well, I think I was more of a tomboy,
mm,
but yeah, I don't remember. I
not
don't
me. I was a
remember.
girly girl. Clearly. Barbie, Polly Pocket, all of them. Oh my God. Okay,
Okay.
moving on.
I used to play like hopscotch, jump rope.
What's
Um,
what's hopscotch?
it's like a schoolyard game, and you draw out these squares that are
Oh my God.
connected. It
And
looks
there's
like
like
Tetris, and you
one,
like
one, two, one, two, one, one, like that kind of
yes,
thing. Like you
and
like one leg, two legs, one leg, that thing.
yes, and you
Yes, we
spin the
did
boxes.
always.
Did
And
you
then
do jump roping and double dutch?
we did jump rope, but we also did like the rubber bands that we made into like squares and like into it's very hard to explain because I think I've explained it to people before in the States and they're like, "What?" It
Yeah, I
was a
don't.
very competitive activity and you would rise the rubber band from like your ankle all the way up to your waist and you would have to jump over it and do different like tricks and such.
Damn, you
It's
guys
very hard
have
to explain.
hops. You guys can really jump high.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
guys can.
we when it was higher, we would have to touch it, but like, yeah, we literally it was very competitive.
Okay. I've never played it. I remember like my childhood being like just sitting in front of the TV watching my brothers play video games too. Like their Nintendo
Really?
64, their Game Boys.
Oh my
Um,
God, Game Boy. I had a Game Boy.
mhm.
It wasn't as much fun as playing like on actual what would you call it? Like a game box.
GameCube, GameCube.
Well, I had a GameCube, but like what do you call it? A console.
Oh,
I
right.
had but I remember I bought my GameCube when I was a little bit older, so it must have been in the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
I still have
Yeah,
it.
my brothers they play a lot of video games, and so I used to just sit there and watch them play Zelda,
Oh my God, I
Pokemon.
remember my friends' brothers played that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, they used to play like I forget, it's like some shooting game with zombies and it was scary.
I
It
have no
was
idea.
scary. But I would still sit in there because my older brother would bring all of his friends over and then like I had crushes on them, of course. So I would
Of
like want to sit
course.
in the room and like watch them play even though
Mm-hmm.
I was scared as shit. And actually maybe that's where my trauma comes from
Oh,
with like
that
movies because I hate scary movies. I
oh, I've
hate it.
I've always been scared, always. I've always hated them.
I know, but I
So
used to
yeah,
watch
probably.
them play because
Oh,
I had crushes on them. So
maybe.
it was like,
Maybe.
it was a thing.
It's
I'm gonna
like
meditate on
associated
it.
with you should associate it with something positive then.
I know.
The
Okay.
90s were so much better without social media and all the
I know. All
magazines.
the damn
We didn't
fashion trends and stuff. What did you
we didn't know any
your
better.
like upbringing like with like school and fashion? Did your mom buy you all the like stuff? Actually, you know what? You showed me pictures of you. Your mom did dress you up super cute and you were always like
When I was
matching
a
and
child,
stylish.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I was a child, and I remember I went through a phase where I only wanted to wear dresses, which I feel like most girls go through that phase. When I was like a baby, a toddler, I wore like jean jackets and like leather jackets because my uncle worked for Levi's when I was a
Mm.
baby. And people thought I was a boy. So then my mom was like, maybe we should dress her in pink. So then we did.
Oh my
But a lot of like kind of like crop tops, but they weren't because we were kids. And they were just like basic things. We didn't have like Elsa, and it was just either a solid color, maybe a heart or a star or stripes
God.
or polka dots, different colors, typical 90s colors. Like our house in the 90s was like a clown house. There were different wallpapers and different colors in every single room.
I
And I
know.
feel
I
like
mean,
that's very reflective
it's
of the
reflective of your
90s.
mom. Like
That
your
too.
mom. I
There's a
like look at
wallpaper
her
everywhere,
outfit
but
that she was
I know.
her outfit that she was just wearing earlier. She's so cute. Like
I know.
those pants were
Love
like
it.
red. Red with
Pink,
like
hot
oh
pink with
hot
pa colorful
with a
paisley.
lime
Yeah.
green with a lime
Jacket,
green
blazer.
blazer.
Yeah.
Like that is
Typical.
bold.
I know. Typical my mom.
No, I love it. Oh my God. Do you remember butterfly clips?
Yes. Like the little you made, I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
basically whatever you see nowadays on social media, people trying to be like, oh, we like flared pants. That's our thing. No, bitch. That was our generation. And the butterfly clips, no. And but I mean, some of it was kind of like rolling from the 90s to the
Mhm.
early 2000s. It's hard to decipher exactly because a lot of like the fashion trends and the like beauty trends for
Mhm.
our like the younger generation, or the younger part of the millennials, we did that kind of
Yeah,
90s
no,
and
for
2000s.
sure. That was like our staple thing. And I think I don't know if you've seen any videos, but there are kids now that are going thrifting and they're like, "Ooh, I found a vintage Charlotte Russe. Oh my God, I found a vintage wet seal." And I'm like, "Girl,
Oh,
I'm getting old." Like
oh my
vintage wet seal, vintage Charlotte Russe, like,
God.
oh my
No, it's
God.
funny. I actually followed this girl on TikTok, and I think she's only a year or two younger than me. And
Hmm.
she said that she had found this dress. She didn't say where it was from, but she said that she found this dress from a thrift shop. It's vintage. It's from the 90s. Like, are you kidding me? No.
What is okay?
No.
I want to know what is considered vintage. Like, how old does it have to be considered vintage?
I think it's 30 plus years.
30
So
years,
it
right?
would, yeah, it would be correct. If it was like all the way to 93 now would be considered
Mm.
90s. 94,
Wow.
yeah, which is not okay.
It is. It's fine. It's part of aging, okay?
I
And you
know.
just gotta accept it.
We are vintage.
Oh my God.
Oh, we will see if
Vintage
I,
is
yeah,
valuable, okay?
true that.
Value.
Yep,
Vintage equals value,
yep.
period.
So we don't depreciate like most
Mhm.
people. We are just
Exactly.
increasing in value.
What other
I'm
trends do you
aging.
remember? I remember shaving. Actually, no, that's 2000s. I shaved my eyebrows.
You
Um,
did?
That's why I
Dude,
had to get them microbladed because I barely grow any hair.
are you kidding me?
No.
Whoa. What? No,
Yeah.
I picked my eyebrows, but only when I was like in my mid-teens because it was fun.
Yeah,
I
no.
shouldn't
I
have, but
shaved.
yeah, it was
And then
fun.
you remember they were like
I
very thin eyebrows, the thin chola eyebrows.
Oh God. Yes,
I
of
had
course I
that.
remember, but I just couldn't imagine you doing it.
Mhm.
No. I
I'll have to show
remember
you a
having
picture.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you do. The hair clips that we're using right now, but like in a different way where it's like it looks like a peacock in the back and then the super narrow sunglasses that now
Mhm.
again is super trendy. I mean, they weren't really that cool to begin with. Let's be honest. A lot
Mhm.
of halter neck tops and the chains that look like a tattoo around your neck. I had so many of those. Did you remember those?
The chokers?
The chokers. What did I say?
Mhm.
Chain. I meant the
Yeah,
choker. Yeah.
chokers. Well,
The
yeah,
hot
because didn't you go through like a grunge era? I went through my like emo grunge, like black eyeliner.
mine was more my punk rock. I didn't do
Mm.
emo. Mine was straight to punk rock when I was like 13, 14, 15. And then I went straight into hip hop, like rap.
What if we posted pictures of us in the 90s?
We have
You
to.
should
Like
send
there's
it to
no
you.
way
I'll
we're
send you my
not.
pictures.
Do it.
I'll send you, or maybe they're 2000s, but I'll send you my
That's
pictures.
fine. Yeah. Did you guys ever do the little like strands of like colored hair? Like
Yeah.
one pink,
Mm-hmm.
one turquoise or whatever.
Did you go
We
get
did
them
that too.
dyed or did you get it like the hair clip?
We got I mean mine was like a hair extension thing. Like they weaved it on or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah. I did not have that
Oh
privilege to
my
go get it
God.
weaved on. I was able to
So what
just go
did
get
you
the hair
do?
clip, that the little clips, the hair clips, and you just clip
Aw.
it on and it looks so disgusting.
Oh my
But it was
God.
like the thing,
That's so funny.
the things
I
we
love
did to
it.
fit in. My
The
God.
things we did, literally.
We can talk about
School
school
friends.
trends.
We would go home after school to each other's house. We did our homework. We either ate like noodles, like
Hmm.
ramen noodles, or cereal. Cereal is a huge part of the 90s for me.
Yeah, that's what we used to do back in the 90s. We would go out. We would go out and play. We would go ride
Yeah.
our bikes. We would go to our friend's house. We
hmm
would, yeah, just
We
like
would
hang
walk
out.
over. We would walk over and knock on their door and ask if they wanted to play.
Exactly. Yeah. And it wasn't unsafe. It was just the thing that you do. And you go ride
Yeah.
around and, yeah, just like play hide and seek. Like
Play
we would,
with dirt. Play
mm-hmm,
restaurant with dirt
right.
and sticks. Oh my
Exactly.
God. Did
Right.
you have a sandbox? I had a sandbox.
No, no, girl.
Oh,
We didn't have a sandbox.
my dad built one.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, your dad loves you
Yeah.
so much. He built
He
you a
loves
fucking
to build.
sandbox.
He built our whole porch. He
Oh
built a
yeah.
little house. He built a house for our barbecue.
He's a builder. He's a
He
builder.
is
We
a
love that.
builder.
We love that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Your dad's awesome.
Handyman. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was great back then. I wish Mason could go out and play like that, but it's not the same. And
Yeah.
also, he doesn't want to go out and play. He just wants to be on electronics. He just
Which
wants to
is so
be like
sad.
playing video games on YouTube or whatever. And I mean, like I used to get upset about it and I'm like, go out and
Mm-hmm.
play, go and like go out, but it's just not what they do these days. And so
Yeah.
it's just part of his generation and I just have to accept it. And I can't just keep saying, this is what we did when we were a child. This is what I did. This is what,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, that's what I did back then. It's not what
Right.
kids are doing now.
Unless he had other friends who also had parents who wanted them to go out and play, it could have been easy. But because sounds like he doesn't.
Well,
So
right,
what are you
because
gonna do?
everybody lives like they don't ever we don't live close to, the kids at school.
Right.
And so
Well,
yeah, we
it's
we
also
do
hard
play
when you're
dates.
in LA though. That's hard.
Right. We do play dates, but also it's not that safe to like let your kids go out and play freely. There's a lot of
Yeah,
homeless people. There's crazy ass people around
exactly.
and so
If
just
you were
don't want them
back
out.
in Santa Clarita or in San Jose, that would have been better
Mhm.
for sure. But when
Even
you're
San
in,
Jose. Even San Jose, it's like not
has it
safe.
gotten bad? Really? Was it always like
Mhm.
that?
Yeah. Even the
Wow.
neighborhood that I lived in before, it wasn't the best. But
Wow.
again, people weren't going out and around and like, they it wasn't as dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So, or
Times have
maybe it was,
changed.
but our parents just Didn't give a fuck and said, go play outside.
Don't come back until it's dark.
Exactly.
Yeah. My God. That was, yeah, but look how well we turned out.
Exactly.
Still
So,
scared of shit, but that's fine.
anyways, that was fun.
Yeah. My God. I want to watch a 90s movie now.
We've had a blast reminiscing about all the awesome TV shows, toys, and trends that made our childhoods unforgettable. But guess what? Our time traveling adventure doesn't stop here. Next week, we're fast forwarding to the era of juicy tracksuits, flip phones, and the dawn of the internet age, the totally awesome 2000s. We'll be diving into teenage angst, the rise of reality TV, and all the iconic music that made us want to hit the dance floor. So get ready for another epic blast from the past. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until next time, reminding you to keep it real, keep it retro, and keep the 90s spirit alive. Catch you on the flip side.
Hey, thanks for listening. We hope you got some takeaways from today's episode.
You can also follow us on Instagram and YouTube at 30s Unfiltered, or email us at 30sunfiltered@gmail.com.
Please leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to our channels. See you next time.